If you've been looking for a legitimate work from home business, I've got something for you that's not flashy or exciting, but it is realistic. And in my experience, I've found this is a real problem that most small business owners face. They just need the right solution. Now, way back when I was in my late 40s, struggling to find decent work, I started picking up odd jobs just to make ends meet. I was driving Uber at night and cleaning windows during the day, basically doing whatever I could to bring in some extra money for my family. And here's what I discovered during those years of hustling. I kept talking to small business owners, and they all said the same thing. From the doctor's office to the independent insurance agent to the coffee shop to the hair salon, they all knew they needed to embrace technology to grow their business. But the problem was not only that they were a little bit scared of it, they also couldn't afford the solutions from these big marketing agencies. And that's when I became obsessed with digital marketing and started my own digital marketing agency, helping small business owners like me. I realized I could provide these small businesses with the basic tech and digital marketing solutions they actually needed at prices they could realistically afford. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I don't know anything about AI. Well, you're in luck, my friends, because this is a complete step-by-step tutorial. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to set this up from start to finish. No fluff, no theory, just the actual steps to get this business off the ground and running. Plus, I've got something to help you get started. You can try the exact software I use for an extended 30-day free trial. And to make sure you don't get stuck, you'll also get access to a 5-day AI challenge that walks you through in more detail how to set up this business. So do me a favor, if you want to follow along with me, hit that like button and comment below, and I'll send you all the information. So the way this business works is we're going to solve a problem that most local and small business owners face. And this is one that they typically can't afford because industry data shows large digital marketing agencies charge several $1,000s for similar services. So we are going to fill the gap and provide them with a simple AI solution, which I'll go over here in a minute. And this AI solution is built into the software and typically can be set up in just a few minutes. But most importantly, it's going to solve a real problem that these business owners face. And for this service, based on my experience, you can typically charge between $300 and $800 per month for this service. Now, these numbers are based on my experience as a digital marketer living in Chicago and what I was able to charge my clients. I want you to use these numbers as a guideline. Depending on where you live or the services you offer, the type of businesses that you work with, you might charge a higher rate, you might charge a lower rate. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to search for service-based businesses. Now, any type of business will work, but I found that service-based businesses are the best. So plumbers, carpenters, chiropractors, dry cleaners, anything that requires people to call in or schedule a service. Now, in the beginning, I do think it's best to go knock on doors the old-fashioned way to build up your client base, but you certainly don't have to. And you can do this business from anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection. Now, for this example, I'm going to search for chiropractors in my area. I'm going to look in downtown Chicago, and you'll see a bunch of chiropractors show up here. So now let me give you an example. Let's say that my back is absolutely killing me and I need to call a chiropractor like right away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the closest chiropractor. And then when I see this list, I'm going to start with the very first one. I am going to call them. And if nobody answers, if I go to voicemail, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to the next person and so on. Now, here's the crazy part. And what makes this such a great business model is that over 50% of calls to small business owners go completely unanswered. So think about it for a second. They are missing out on a ton of potential business. Just think about how many times you've tried to get your toilet fixed or a leak repaired only to go straight to voicemail every single time you call. Here's what we're going to do to solve this problem. We're going to set up an AI chatbot that automatically handles all those missed calls and texts people back instantly. And I'm talking about something you can literally set up in just a few minutes. So here's how it works. When someone calls the chiropractor and gets a voicemail, a text message is automatically triggered that says something like, "Hi, I see that you just called our office. I'm sorry I missed you. I was with the patient, but how can I help you today?" Now, you might be thinking, well, what happens if they have questions? Who's going to respond to those texts? Well, don't worry, because I'm going to show you exactly how the AI handles all of that for you in just a minute. Now, this is a website that I have built to help you sell this AI solution, and you can actually edit this logo here. You can put in your colors, you can change the text, you can do everything. And I'm actually going to show you how you can get this tool free in just a minute. But first, I want to show you how you can use this tool to start getting your first clients. Now, the best way to do this is obviously in person. If you can open up your laptop, maybe at a coffee shop, the next best thing would be able to get on Zoom and simply do a screen share. And of course, you can always send them a URL. If this was yours, it would have your own custom domain here. So here's how it works. And keep in mind, these numbers I'm going to share with you are strictly for demonstration purposes only. These are not real numbers. I am simply making these up in order to show you how this tool works. But the cool thing is when you do meet with your actual real clients, they're going to put in their exact values here. Now, the first thing the client would do is they would put in how many calls they are missing a month. So let's say, example, they're missing 100 calls a month. And again, I'm just making this number up. And let's say each of those calls cost them $75, meaning each client, if they close that client or if they set up a service with that client, let's just say that it's worth $75 to them. And out of those 100 calls, maybe they close 50%. Again, this is a made up number. And what you do is you click the calculate ROI button and it shows them the exact amount of missed revenue. So for example, here, the missed revenue is $3,750. The cost of the software is $297. This can change greatly. It could be higher, it could be lower. It's going to depend on where you live. So this is just an example. And then you can see here, the ROI is over 1,000%. This is not a typical ROI. This is for demonstration purposes. But you can see the power in this tool because they are giving us their information. They're telling us how many calls they're missing, what it's worth to them. So this is a very, very powerful tool. Now, once we've sold them on our solution, we actually need to build out the AI chatbot. And once you have built out a few of these and you get some practice, you'll see that it doesn't take very long to do. And the cool thing is you only have to build it once for each customer. Now, there might be some tweaks and edits along the way, but those are usually minimal. And you can build them each month, which is recurring revenue for you. And when you use GoHighLevel, the software we are using here, you can actually add your own logo and even white label this software. Plus, you can add what are called sub accounts. This is where you can store as many businesses as you want. You can create their websites, you can manage their leads, you can do their AI chatbots, you can do everything. And since this is your platform, you keep 100% of the sales. There's no split revenue share or percentage of the sales like affiliate marketing. Connect your payment gateway and bill your customers. If you want to follow along with me as I go through this tutorial, I have an extended 30-day free trial of this software for my viewers. If you went straight to the website, it would actually be 14 days. Also, when you guys sign up for the free trial, I'll send you a free 5-day AI challenge training that will help you start this business along with my ROI calculator that I just showed you and pre-written emails and templates to help you get started. I'll put the link below for you. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to connect our client's Google business profile. And if you have them set up as a sub account, they can go in and do this themselves. They would simply hit connect, put in their Google email and password, and then connect their Google business profile. And then under phone numbers in advanced settings, you're going to see this option here, voicemail and missed call text back. You're going to click on that, scroll to the bottom. And if this is unchecked, you simply want to check it, enabled missed call text back. Now you can customize this to say whatever you want. It's going to populate a simple message like, "Hi, this is," and it'll automatically put in the name of your client's business. "I saw that we just missed your call. How can I help?" And you can modify and change this, edit it, do whatever you want. This is where you might be asking, okay, that's great, but how are we actually gonna reply to them. And this is where our AI chatbot comes to play. Now, in order to create the chatbot, you want to go up here to Conversations AI. Now, I already have a test one selected for us. When you come in to the test bot, you want to make sure that autopilot is selected. If it's turned off, AI will not respond. You want to go to autopilot. Here's another cool thing to point out. Under the communications channel, you can select all these different ways that your customer or your client communicates with their customers and their clients. So it doesn't have to just be SMS text. It can be Instagram messages, Facebook messages, live chat, WhatsApp. So you have the ability to respond to different people on different social media platforms and different apps. Now we actually need to tell the bot what to say. So we need to train our bot. Here, we're going to go to the bot training tab. Now, this is where you need to create what is called a knowledge base. Now, I've already created one, but I want to show you how you would do it. You would simply go to create new, and you would enter the name of your business. So let's just say Bob Chiropractor, and this knowledge base window's gonna pop up. Next, you want to go to add source, and this is where it gets really exciting. You're going to select web crawler. Then we're going to go back to Google. We're going to find our client's website, and depending on the computer you're on, you can right click and go to copy link address, and then you'll come back into your knowledge base and just enter the URL here and then click extract data. AI is now reading all that information, and then once that's completed, it'll be listed under your knowledge base. And this is where you can have all of your different clients listed. Now I go back to my Conversations AI tab. I go to the bot training feature, and then we can test it. So I'm going to ask it a question. What type of pain do you treat? We treat various types of pain, including lower back, neck pain, headaches, ankle pain, and so on. Now, here's something that you might come across. Let's say you have a client who has very common questions like, what are your hours, where are you located? You can go into the FAQ section and you can add in these questions yourself. What are the hours? And you can have the response, and you could add whatever you wanted to. So if a common question is something like, what is your address? You could come in here. What is your address? Now this will be added to AI. So if we go back and now we ask, what are your hours? And then look at this. Would you like to book an appointment during those hours? So this is really, really cool here because now we can train the bot to respond to these types of questions. So if I type in yes, we could then train the bot to send them a calendar link, or maybe we train them to book a phone call. And then once this is all set up, you don't have to do it again. It just runs for you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. That is the cool thing about this. In the beginning, you might be doing some back and forth training the bot, but once it is set up, it's done. It runs for you in the background, which gives you more time to go out and get more clients. You can even set up bot goals. So if the client really just wants to get people's phone number, so every time somebody messages the bot will respond with the answer, plus they will ask, what is your phone number? Same thing with email. Yes, our hours are 8 to 5. What is your email? Or in our case, our hours are 8 to 5. Would you like to book an appointment during these hours? So whatever the end goal is for the business, you can set up the bot to respond appropriately. That's what makes this such a powerful tool and a really great, simple solution for small business owners and local businesses. If you made it this far, well, you're one of the action takers, and I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you haven't grabbed your extended 30-day free trial of GoHighLevel yet, make sure you do that now. I'll put a link below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.